Great, great, great. Um, Good. Thank you, Cheryl. Davenport, Iowa. Yes, Lynn and Ashrit, thank you for your message on the chat there, Mary. So thank you very much for all your messages on the chat window there. Right. Cool. Yes, Ashrit, it's been a while. All right. So the topic of the day, friends, for us is going to be balanced, right? It's how to be balanced. And um, it speaks about one of the major milestones in this meditative journey that we are going through. Right? There comes a point, in this journey where you have achieved an equilibrium between your emotional side, your physical, mental side, and your spiritual side, right? All your experiences come together at that. And we're going to see some of the effects of what happens there, right? And of course, the idea is to first meditate. Uh, in terms of the mechanism that we have inside of us, this quality of being balanced, of being in perfect equilibrium and harmony with the rest of the universe, this is manifested on your central channel. Right? Once again, this is where it's important to let me know if it's your first time, because I need to tell you what your central channel is. But if it's your first time, to tell me, right? And then I'll tell you what I mean by the central channel. But otherwise, this is where your experience manifests, the experience of being in equilibrium and everything. It's like the cherry on top of the cake, right? This is where you reach. This is what your destination is. And to reach here, you of course have to go through the other energy centers and bring them in equilibrium as well, right? So in some ways, it works both ways. It works both ways. As your energy rises through the central channel, and as the various energy centers come into balance, into equilibrium, where the left, the emotional side, and the right, the active side, or the action side, or you find the right balance over there, it facilitates the rising of the Kundalini energy, of the mother energy inside of you. And let's say she makes it to the top of your head along the central channel, completes the journey, comes out from the top of your head, connects with the all-pervading power of the divine. Once she does that, whatever residual imbalances are left within you, those come into balance, right? So both ways. Once is your energy centers coming into balance to facilitate her rise. And once she has risen, she removes all the remaining imbalances that exist within you, right? And again, we can describe, I can talk, all of that, but you will know what I am saying when you actually experience it. But so continue on the journey. Let's keep that patience. Let's keep it going. Remember, it's a natural process. It takes time, and therefore, eventually, we will reach this destination. Do complete the check-in procedure. I think all of you are familiar by now. Founded by Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi, this technique of meditation has been around since 1970. A completely volunteer-driven effort. Someone showed us this a long time ago, in some cases in the past, and then in the recent past. And it's just a question of paying it forward, right? I know something that I think will benefit you. I'm going to tell it to you, and then hopefully you will have a similar experience. And in the future, feel like passing it on to your friends and family and other acquaintances, right? So that it's as simple as that. Right, so there are no expectations here. It's just a question of something I enjoy, and I want to tell the world about it. Right? That's how Sahaja Yoga meditation works. There is no monetary compensation in any way. The best things in life are free. You breathe oxygen, it's free. You don't pay anything for it, right? You watch nature, you watch the trees grow, you see the flowers bloom, you eat the fruits that nature has to give you, and it's completely free, right? And so that's, well, the fruits are not free, but yeah, you get the point I'm driving, right? So all it needs is a little bit of nurturing. It's as simple as that. So Sahaja Yoga meditation is always free, right? So what happens? When does meditation happen? When everything from the past falls off, the future is not here yet, and you are in the present, right? When I say equilibrium, it's not only an equilibrium from your emotional side and your physical side or your mental side. It's equilibrium everywhere. It's balance everywhere, right? So this balance between the past and the future is also achieved on this central channel. Remember, there are 7 energy centers and 3 channels, and then you have the spiritual energy, the Kundalini, which is your, like, your spiritual mother inside of you, right? All right, so this mechanism, I once again, for the last time, hopefully, in the current session, I would like to mention that I hope you are all familiar with this. This is not your first session. If it is your first session, you need to tell me. And but this is the mechanism, the 7 energy centers, the spiritual energy, the Kundalini, which resides as a regular course, it resides in the triangular bone at the base of your spine. Right? So when she rises through the 6 chakras above it and comes out from the top of your head and connects to the universe, that's when you achieve physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual balance. Right? And meditation helps you get there. Meditation is a mechanism that helps you get there. Now, meditation is not something that you can do. Meditation is something that happens to you, right? What best we can do is to create the conditions, that will help us enter that state of meditation, that will facilitate this entry into the state of meditation. All right. So once you do enter that state, however, you do achieve that balance. Now, of course, there are obstacles, hurdles, imbalances, call it whatever you like. It basically is something that is preventing reaching that ultimate state of meditation, right? All those have to fall off, all those have to come off, and then facilitate the clear the road, if you will, clear the road for this energy to rise within you through the central channel. All right, so when you are balanced, let's say, when you are balanced, what happens? Just give me a second, friends. What happens? Finding the right work-life balance is par for the course. It comes very naturally to you. You don't have to make an effort to balance work and life. Right? When you reach that state, what happens is work-life balance becomes easy. Emotions and actions balance over there as well. You can be objective, you can be unbiased in a given situation. Right? Wisdom flows from you. It's very difficult or almost impossible to get you to react to something. Right? So it does not mean that you're not interacting with other people. Yes, you are, but you're not judging anything. You do not get angry or frustrated. You're patient, you have empathy for other people, you genuinely care about it. And this is not something that needs an effort once you reach that state. It comes naturally to you, it flows from you, if you will. Right? So, well, sounds like like too good a thing to happen, right? In our day-to-day experiences, sometimes it's very difficult to imagine a state like that, but it does happen. All it needs is a little bit of patience and a lot of meditation from you. And again, meditation, not where, when I say a lot of meditation, it does not mean where you take a day off from work and are sitting from morning till evening. No, no, it's always incremental in nature. You do your bit for 30 minutes every day, let's say 15 minutes in the morning, 15 minutes in the night, and then you keep that going every day, regardless of everything else happening in your life. Regularity is more important than the volume or the time that you give to this thing, right? So that's what happens to you. It becomes effortless. You're effortlessly wise. You effortlessly have self-control. You effortlessly have self-discipline. You can effortlessly balance emotions and drive, right? So this quality of being in a state of equilibrium, being very balanced, this is a quality of the central channel, also called as the Sushumna Nadi, which runs along your spine, right? So, as I said, bringing all aspects of our life together, making sure they are in balance. And once this energy, once this central channel is fully energized, you develop a growth mindset, self-aware, self-control, integration. All the nice words are written there on the screen in front of you. But this, as I said, at the end of the day, everything is about experience. What matters is experience, right? What comes in the way of making this happen? What comes in the way? What is it that troubles you? Troubles come from 2 or 3 different sources. One is from the left, where you're very emotional. You are constantly in a state of not feeling right emotionally. And then there is trouble from the right as well, that if you are very egoistical by nature, you don't care about other people enough. You're constantly angry about something. These are the kind of things that come in the way. These are the things that come in the way of the in a state of equilibrium, in a state of balance, right? And life happens, right? At the end of the day, life happens to all of us. Right? We have certain expectations, they don't get fulfilled. There is bound to be a reaction within you. The idea is to minimize these disruptions, keep your eye on the prize, and let that balanced state come to you, as opposed to chasing after it, right? As I said, meditation is all about creating the right conditions and letting the Kundalini do its work. It's as simple as that. All right, we can talk about this till the cow comes home, cows come home, as the phrase goes. But at the end of the day, it's about meditation, and that's what we're going to do now. Right? There are a few affirmations which will help you develop your central channel, help develop the state of being balanced, where some of the affirmations are Mother Earth, please remove all the imbalances from my left channel. So that takes care of the left channel. Give it some time, put your right hand on the ground. The other one is where you keep your right hand in front of you and your left hand pointing towards the sky, right? The palm facing backward next to your ear. And here you say, Mother Energy, please remove all the imbalances from my right channel. Right? So affirmations are very powerful in this Yoga technique of meditation, right? And they work. They work not because they are mere words, but because they are words which are empowered with the rising of your Kundalini. They mean something. They're not empty words. They are affirmations. You are confirming, you're affirming to your spiritual energy and asking her to help you. Right? It's one of the easiest relationships, if you a small child when it feels hungry does the most natural thing. A small child when they are like toddlers or whatever, uh, the most natural thing to do is, hey mom, I'm hungry. It's as simple as that. Here we are grown-ups, fine. We have a different objective, a different need from our spiritual mother, where you just go and say, hey mom, can you please do this for me? Right? Of course, you got to be respectful because she is your spiritual mother after all. Right? So, hey mom, can you please remove all the imbalances within me? Right? All right. So let's try that. Let us meditate. And I'm assuming here once again, friends, it's nobody's first time here, and you're already familiar with this technique. You need to tell me if it is your first time. We are going to follow some very simple meditation, not go through our usual steps, but we will try to leverage what we already know, right? Try to leverage what we already know. So for the last time, friends, if it's your first time, please let me know on the chat window. Drop me a line on the chat saying it's my first time. All right, let's go ahead. Let's get into our regular, let's assume our position that we have when we meditate, which is to close our eyes, be very, very relaxed, be very, very relaxed. There's a lot of tension that builds up. The day has just started, but I'm sure by now already you have done a few things in the morning, and that does build a little bit of stress in our muscles, right? So it's important to take a few deep breaths, relax your body. You don't want physical discomfort to distract you, right? So be as comfortable as you can. Close your eyes, both your hands in front of you, either on the table in front of you or on your lap if you're sitting on the floor. Both your hands in your lap if you're sitting on the floor, on the table, or on the chair, or the armrest of the chair. If you're sitting in a chair like me, then that is where, with the palms facing upward, close your eyes and follow my voice. Be very relaxed. Keep your eyes closed and bring your attention to the top of your head. Bring your attention to the top of your head. Don't try to drag your attention there, right? Observe your thoughts and slowly they will subside. Just gently place your attention on the top of your head. Both your hands in your lap or in front of you, palms facing upwards, body very relaxed, and keep your attention on the top of your head. Now we are going to try something, right? Gradually move your attention from the top of your head along the spine to the base of the spine, where your Muladhara is, where your Muladhara chakra is, just below the triangular bowl. So gradually, slowly move your attention from the top of your head along your spine and all the way to the base of the spine. I'm going to keep quiet for about 10-15 seconds to give you the space to do this, right? Give you the space to do this. I'm going to keep quiet for about 10 to 15 seconds. Go ahead, move your attention multiple times or as many times as you can from the top of your head to the base of your spine. And then back up gradually, slowly. All right. Now bring it back up to the top of your head. Bring your attention back up to the top of your head. Once again, we are going to move our attention along our spine, but this time, try and take a pause along all the energy centers along the way. I'll guide you, right? I'll guide you as we go about this. So let's move our attention to the base of our spine, to where the Muladhara is, right? It's where it's the sacrum bone where the mother energy normally resides. Keep it there. Let's bring it to our second energy center, just below our abdomen, just below our belly button, and try to retain your attention there for a few seconds. Now bring it to where your belly button is, along the spine, uh, along your spine to the level where your belly button is. Just keep it there for a few seconds. Try and hold it there. All right. Do not react if it's not easy, right? It is not always easy to do this. But as I said, I'm assuming everyone here is experienced, has been meditating for a while. So let's give it a shot. Let's try this out. Now move your attention to your center of your rib cage, right? To the center of your rib cage. Move it there and hold it there for a few seconds. Hold your attention along your spine to the center of the rib cage. Next to your heart, heart is to the left, but hold your attention to the center along the spine at the same level as where the heart is. Now we move to the base of the throat. Let's move our attention to the base of the throat. That's where the fifth energy center is. Now we move our attention to our forehead. That's where the sixth energy center is. We move our attention to our forehead. Hold it there for a few seconds. And now finally to the top of our head, right? The top of our head. Normally we use our hands to guide our attention, right? We use our hands to guide our attention. What we have tried today is, let's say, a little bit more trickier to do, to hold our attention at the top of our head. Okay, that's great. You can open your eyes now. I'm going to play a short clip about this topic, of balance, or about how to achieve equilibrium. I'm going to play a very short clip. Um, let's listen to what Srimataji Nirmala Devi has to say about this topic, right? Keep your hands spread out in front of you, palms facing upwards, eyes open while you watch the screen, and try to hold your attention on the top of your head. Right? Try to hold it where over there, right? And let's listen to what Srimataji has to say.
So you have got the ego and the superego, both developing gradually. And when they close down, when you are about, say, 12 years of age, they completely close down. You develop the fontanelle bone area into a calcified, thick area, and you become Mr. X, Mr. Y. Your iris develops. So you all become individuals, separate individuals. And all these separate individuals start working with these two powers that they have got. One is the left power and the right power, just like you use your brake and your accelerator. Now you start learning how to drive. Sometimes you go too much on the emotional side, then you get some sort of shock, emotional side. All right, forget it. When they come to the right side, when you start using rationality, your ambition, this, that, and all the rat race you see is the right hand side. All that, sometimes this side, sometimes that side. Then you start balance. This balance, when it is established within you, then you know that you can drive now. You know how to use these two. When that happens, you become a driver. But still you are not the master. When you become the master, you are a realizer. The master is in your heart, is the spirit. He is the one who is the knower of what you do. He knows all about you, but you are not conscious of it. It doesn't come into your consciousness, into your central nervous system. In the center is the parasympathetic nervous system, or I would say this is called as Sushumna, the subtle channel, which gives rise to the parasympathetic. You cannot control parasympathetic at all. Supposing you want to increase the rate of your heart. If you run fast, you can. But you cannot reduce. That is parasympathetic. And this parasympathetic nervous system in the center is kept for controlling these two and giving you the balance. If you overdo something, your heart rate will go up. Then parasympathetic will bring it down. This is the balancing, coordinating, supplying energy in the center. This is the central part.
All right. This is always the hardest part, right? To pull all of you out from a beautiful state of meditation that you are in. This is the toughest part of conducting these sessions. Nobody likes doing it. So I'm not going to speak much. I'm just going to say, if you have time on your hands on this lovely Friday with the weekend coming up and everything, spend some time in that state of meditation. Keep your eyes closed, try and play with your attention, experiment, try it out. See whether you can harness your attention to do your work for you, right? So that's it, friends, from me. I'm going to stop the session here. And of course, as usual, our my co-host here, Hari, will send a few instructions on the chat window, but don't let anything distract you from your state of meditation. Continue to sit there, spend as much time as you can, and we'll all see you the next